Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. Oh my goodness, that's the third time I've had to say 2022 thus far this year. We're going to get straight into the game today because there's quite a few things that I've done since the last time we met. Now, the last time we met, I primarily worked on this area of the base, getting into a lot of the things necessary to get MOSFETs. We got etching solution online, we got zinc acetate online, and we got all of the 3 types of doped silicon on the train network. That was the primary thing I did. I've done a few more things since then, just a few. I'm going to list a lot of these things off and not really go too into depth with them because, well, we've got some work to do today on getting directly into MOSFETs. We need to do the green silicon carbide. Then we can make MOSFETs. Just straight up one step before MOSFETs right now. And then optical fiber. For the optical fiber, I'm going to need to do Kevlar, silver, and iron niobium alloy. Getting them online, I don't need new train stations for any of those 3. So it's just a matter of getting them made in an area where a train station already exists, really, and put onto the train network. And then we can build this large station to make optical fiber. And we should be able to get at least that done today. Ideally more than that, because the final major hurdle to get into circuit 2s will be PCB 2s. That will be the last major project. We still need ferrite and cermet, but once we have those, and PCB 2s, and the optical fiber, and the MOSFETs, we will be able to make our factory for circuit 2s. It's happening very quickly. I anticipate that we will have circuit 2s next stream. It's highly likely that we will have circuit 2s on Thursday. For now, though, between last stream and this stream, what have I done? I have produced iron oxide, if I can remember where I put it. I put it here. Iron oxide out of nitrobenzene, producing ammonia for that nitrobenzene out of manure. Yes, 3 optical fiber per second. I was yeah, we're going to have a discussion about that because I need 0.4 for the circuit, for the one circuit. To get 0.2 chem science, I'm going to need 0.7. Actually, I need a little bit less than that because of... Hold on. Oh, it's not... it doesn't... I don't have that tech upgrade. I don't have a tech upgrade for the thingy, so that's not there yet. Anyway, yeah, so I need 0.7 for just 0.2 chem science, but I also need like 1.5 for 0.4 neuroprocessors, which is twice as much as I need for the Pi science, but I need spare for the mall for Mark II buildings. Ideally, I would want a lot more than that, but yeah. Neuroprocessors sure eat a lot of these guys. And by the way, this is actually using a little interesting gimmick here in Hellmod. This is an interesting gimmick here in Hellmod where there's this hidden beacon entity here. Now, the reality is this is exactly how the module effects for the upgrade modules are applied to the buildings. that have upgrade techs through this system. This system, anything that applies a quote unquote module effect does so via a hidden beacon that I believe gets built on placement of the building by script, but whatever. And it works in exactly this way. So yeah, that's how you do it without getting module slots. Unfortunately, I then can't also attempt to use Helmod to figure out beacon shenanigans. Like I can't use it for the actual beacon thing. But I don't tend to use Helmod for the beacon stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. It is one way to get around that. So I have 15 per second of iron oxide being produced down here. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I put on the rail network. I have copper, molten copper that I have added onto the train network using overflow molten copper from our existing infrastructure. I have scaled up my aluminium processing. It's the same processing, it's just doing it for more ore per second. A lot more ore per second. A lot. Where is you? Hi. Yeah, we're processing 30 ore per second. You know how much we were processing previously? 5. So we've scaled up from processing 5 ore per second to 30, and I am overflowing the pulp 1 and the molten. Now, you might have guessed that having molten copper and molten aluminium on the train network fundamentally means that I now also have molten-based duralumin set up, and it's processing as soon as it gets the molten brought in, and it is accruing slowly in the bulk rail loader. Eventually, everything will get fully buffered. It's just gonna take a while. So that's all that. I now have solder. You may have noticed from showing the stuff that we worked on last time, wherever the heck that was again. From here. Yeah, we now have solder. Yeah, we now have this. It's being made out of the tin and lead plates. I looked at my current available recipe for using molten tin and molten lead, and this is better. Let's just say this is better. The amount of the actual molten lead and tin that would be required is enough that it would make a lot more plates than what gets consumed in this recipe, which is weird, but that's just how it is working. It's just how it works. Oh gosh, you need even more tin? I think I need another, like, train, or allow the train to hold more stuff on the tin, because I've also scaled the tin. I have doubled my tin. It is in fact maxed out, so this is the train not holding enough stuff at a time, I think. Yeah. I've doubled my tin. In fact, I've not only doubled my tin, I've tripled my Faugi. Gosh, what was off-screen between these streams? Yeah, lead. I have more lead. We have to go there to get silver, but I doubled the lead output. I doubled my chromium output. Yeah, it's not a tin shortage, it's just a tin logistics shortage. I have enough tin. It's just I need the train to work better. Yeah, I've doubled my chromium. This was one of the biggest biggest builds, because I'm gonna need a lot more chromium, and I scaled up my nickel because I'm gonna need a lot more nickel because we're gonna need a lot of nichrome. We're gonna need a lot of nichrome, in particular. Yes, lots of scaling went on. I have what should be more plastic, but I seem to have forgotten a couple of pipes over there. We'll take care of that at some point. I set up the infrastructure to get more plastic. I set up double the molybdenum. I have scaled moly, so we're getting a whole 2 per second now after doubling the moly, and yes, that included getting more nitrogen. For that, I set up an entire new area for iron, specifically for molten iron. And this is making 36 per second of molten iron, which would translate to 27-ish iron plates. It's 2 yellow belts equivalent. So it's 30 per second of ore getting processed. Speaking of which, I also upgraded my plates. I added another 27 plates because I needed more iron plates. And let's see, niobium. I have niobium complex put onto the network, just overflowing the niobium complex. I've got zinc doubled the zinc. I added... No, I'm not doing unslimed iron. I'm not doing that at all in the base at the moment. The plan was to do that with Simics and skill from there. What else? Salt. I added another salt mine, so I'm getting 2 more red belts of throughput loaded onto the trains of salt. I've got double the manure now. Particularly because I scaled up my capacity for the Ulrich food. Doubled Ulrich food capacity, but that means that my Relesia and my Faugi increased in the amount. Yeah, Simics are after Pi Science and Blue Science, so it's a ways away. Yeah, just there's so much. There's so much that I've done. How much coke per second am I making now? Well, last I thought it was like 90. That was my coke output anyway. Yeah, 30, 60, 90. I have 90 coke per second. Production. I've got plenty of coke. Plenty of coke to go around for a good while. Melamine resin. I went over to my Circuit 1 build and I doubled the production of melamine resin and overflowed all of it onto the train network. So I should now have sufficient amounts of melamine resin provided onto the train network. And after all of that, there's one more thing, and that is borax. Where is borax? Because, of course, I'm doing all of this new iron processing and such, and that uses a ton of borax, if I can remember where in the world that lives. Over here. It lives over here. So I doubled, effectively, the borax. Yes, all of this just became that, thanks to red belts. And I just have more syngas here. Sneezes coming. I felt it. But yeah, that's that's all the stuff I did between streams. Yeah, and I need the some borax for circuit 2s as well. I'll need to like get my green science and red science on the train network as well. And the green science is going to use some of this. But yeah, it's working. It's working, definitely. I am generally full 320 after each load. This fills the full train, 40 and 40. So we're good to go on that side of things. And that's where we're going to begin the day today. I need this green silicon carbide. That is our step 1 for the day. And I need a factory for it. Just someplace where I can fit a small-ish factory. I'm going to need... Looks like I have the infrastructure I need for it. Don't need 20 of those. Ah, yes, and the order of operations was that I needed the iron first, so that was one of the earliest things that I scaled. I had a major iron shortage in the mall in particular, and I sort of ran out of red belts and noticed that the problem was in the production of the advanced small parts, but they were limited by the iron sticks as well as the bolts, which need the iron sticks, which need iron. It was ultimately an iron throughput thing that was an issue, but now I'm full storage on my red belts, so we've got a good supply there. Now, where am I going to put this? Here? Here works. Get to the train. So yes, lots of scaling. Mindless scaling and progression. It took a while. A long while. Some of this scaling was done previously, like the extra aromatics and benzene. I would like to get more seaweed, but that's not immediately necessary. I would like to get more moss, but again, not immediately necessary. More methane, I believe, will be more immediately necessary. Methane will be like the next one of the biotics things that needs to be scaled by quite a lot. Oh, I'm maxed on manure. How nice, how lovely. Unfortunately, that means I can't really show the fact that these are actually not running at 100%, because I have yet to put in enough barrels to run them all. I have thousands of barrels in each of these segments, and yet they're still not running at max. It's like I keep going in over there to put more and more and more barrels in the system, adding more and more steel for barrels, and it's never enough. And yet, I was still running low on the Ulrich food. And when I went over to the Ulrich food, planning to double its production capacity, I realized that there was actually a pretty major bottleneck on Faugi, because I had planned out the Faugi to use improved substrate which I haven't ended up making yet. So this entire time I've been producing way less than intended. So I had to go and adjust for that. I didn't make the improved substrate, but what I did do was scale up so that I'll have a lot when I do go to the improved substrate recipe. This logistics over here is built so that I can just add the substrate, and that will I think it doubles the output or triples the output, something like that. It makes it so that it's a full belt, right? So this would become a yellow belt, a full yellow belt of output, switching to the improved substrate recipe. This would be a full red belt, switching to that improved substrate recipe. Right now, it's like 6 point something ish in throughput. So, a major improvement. And I could go into improved substrate now. It's just, I want my circuit twos, and I want my better Mark II infrastructure. This is going to need 2 solid inputs, and that's it. What's missing for the improved substrate? Absolutely nothing. My main reason for delaying it was bones. And I have a solution for bones. Fungal substrate. So, yeah, the main thing was just bones, but I can do it out of the Ulrich. Uncaged Ulrich. And the amounts of the other stuff is just minuscule. I would need to bring in agar as well, or make the agar out of seaweed, but otherwise, yeah, there you go. I can break down the biomass to be out of logs, since I need the logs here anyway. It's like, it's so simple. It's like the output for the amount of urea is reasonable enough. I need to be very careful with what I say here, because my main concern with fungal substrate is the amount of urea that it needs, but you get a lot more improved substrate per unit of fungal substrate. I tend to forget about that fact. So, even though it's not the greatest to use the regular substrate, the improved substrate is way better. And the next level up, the quality substrate, is way better still. It's a magnification effect. And I really don't think there's going to be any reason for me to use fungal substrate as fungal substrate. I guess Bodo's, because I don't have the improved substrate recipes yet, but yeah, no, I just don't want to use the regular fungal substrate if I don't have to. If I have recipes that use the improved substrate recipe, I will use that instead, and I already have that for the Yadels as well. So that's what I'll end up doing. Anyway, let's get this infrastructure down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. That should be 10. That's 12. Okay. Okay. This uses a lot of coke. I just want to point that out. This uses a lot of coke. And as a reminder, I'm providing the green silicon carbide on the network rather than silicon carbide because you do need this green level for the advanced castings. So, if at any point I ever want to do anything that uses advanced castings, I'm going to need to have this made as well. And I don't want to make it again from this infrastructure wherever I'm doing the castings. What would I like to use them for? These. Maybe. Maybe. Huh. I need to do a little bit of math. Comparing recipes. Because even though this does take hot air, like molten iron casting and molten copper casting take hot air. So I have to like compare the gains, the like actual plate values to each other, like how much iron is 50 molten iron? How many plates does that make with hot air casting, and how does that compare to 44 small parts through the regular iron recipe? And I have to do the same thing with the copper cables, the gears, the tinned cables. The tinned cables offer another layer of uncertainty because with them you have an extra step basically with the copper cable that they need. They upgrade from copper cables, so yeah. I don't think I would do the pipe. The iron pipe. But there is some useful stuff here. Maybe. I just have to research it. I mean, frankly, only spending copper on multi-purpose pipes sounds like a great idea. Same with the spending only plastic and copper on multi-purpose pipes sounds like a fantastic idea to me. And the same thing for the pipe to grounds, like and the pipe for the niobium pipe. The bulk of mall niobium expense comes in the form of niobium pipes rather than as niobium plates. You don't need as many niobium plates as you may think. It's really the pipes that get spent in the mall. There's a few things that need niobium plate. At Mark III in particular. But at Mark II, it's mainly just the pipe, really. A lot of it comes down to this pipe. Alright, well, a lot of things use plate, but pipe. There's a lot of this Mark I stuff here that's using the pipes, and that adds up real quick. And of course you use the pipe for the logistics. Alright, this comes from over here. That splits, goes this way to there. That goes from there Okay. Let's get our coke at green 6. Our quartz at green 6. That should be a lowercase I, but it's not. But it's not in the mod, and I'll keep the spelling as it is. Coke. And quartz ore. Raw quartz, whatever. And that, as they say, will be that. I need to put in all the inserters and such, but I also need a supply station. Oh, we're right next to plastic. That is convenient. I need to fix a thing at the plastic. We'll wrap up this build first. Okay. Start providing power. Power to the everything. Let's go. Yeah, about that 5 per second thing. That needs a bit more throughput. And that should be that. Now, I'm unsure as to the stack size of this, and we're only making 2 per second, so... Oh boy. Green, SIC, supply, depot, full cargo, circuit condition, auto magic. Other way, buddy. Don't need any of that. Oh, right. Ahem. Byproducts. I forgot about those. I completely forgot about those. Give me washers. There we go. Ta-da! Now we have green silicon carbide. And that just leaves us signing wherever the heck it lives. What is it? Where does it live? Whoops, wrong. Search green. Oh, there it is. It lives in Pi Alien Life. Speaking of which, so Pyandon recently showed off the an image from Pi Alternative Energy. Several images actually, but one in particular showed a brand new Pi chemical plant, which will replace the existing chemical plant. Well, that's one way to get there, because I don't have the straights on this intersection. Surely I will never need to go from here to here. Yeah, so there's this new large building that will be included in the updates to Pyandons mods as part of Pi Alternative Energy. That's gonna just replace the chem plant, and you know, it looks nice. It's freaking huge, as expected. Not the largest. It's larger than an assembling building. So it's larger than an automated factory. It seems to be on the level of the ground borer in size. Now, of course, the problem with this is that if you update an existing save, you will no longer be able to make regular chemical plants. Now, you should still be able to use the regular chemical plants, and the recipes should exist still for the regular chemical plants as a viable building? Maybe. I would think. But you won't be able to make more, really. Or maybe you'll be able to continue making them. It's just you won't be able to make more buildings making them. So it's just yet another example of how much is going to be changing with alternative energy, that it will really demand a fresh start. Which, just going back to the initial intentions of alternative energy, it was meant to be a completely optional thing. Just a completely optional addition. You don't need to worry about it. To, oh hey, let's do all of these other balance updates and add more buildings and such, so that when this releases, you're going to have to start a new game anyway. And if you're going to start a new game anyway, you may as well have alternative energy with it. So that, among other things, that's the main reason why I don't plan on doing updates to this game, even when it releases. Even when alternative energy releases, I don't want to deal with all of that stuff, because it will be possible to add alternative energy to this map. Just because it's possible doesn't mean that it's gonna be viable. Because I'll have to redo the whole thing. Everything will need to be redone. Balance will change. All my recipes will be off on various production areas, especially the alien life stuff. I think that it's a big alien life balance pass that's coming, and I'm thinking it's overall going to be harder. But I don't want to deal with a broken map. Meow. I hear an Ollie. Ollie's behind me, running, playing, meowing. Okay, MOSFETs. It's time. It is that time. I need to have these things. And I need to have these things. And I need to have... Oh, I have those things. I have those things. Yes, I do. Good. A 14-building factory that just so happens to be bringing in by train 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 items. It needs nearly as many items as the buildings in the entire factory. Ah, that's just lovely. All right, I have my stuff. Now, I already have a spot for this factory. It's in here. Ah, that iron is gonna suck. Losing that. Oh yeah, and just to go back to the earlier comment, yeah, there's a real reason why I have my squares this big. And it's because Pi Alien Life is Pi Alien Life, and the buildings are absolutely massive. And the scale at which I'm going to have to build for Pi Alien Life is going to necessitate having these large squares. While it's great that I can fit multiple factories in each one of these squares, there's going to be some squares. Ahem. Ahem. There's going to be some squares that are going to be entirely dictated by one Pi Alien Life process. And entire half squares dictated by two. Or squares dictated by two Alien Life processes. And we haven't even gotten to the biggest buildings yet in Alien Life. We haven't even gotten to Mukmo. "64 sea sponge farms in a line." Yeah, that's gonna be a thing too. I'm gonna need sea sponges. I will eventually need those. Down here, you, in the one entire recipe that exists for them. In the one entire recipe. It's 64 sea sponge cultures to get 1 per second, but you need the sprouts, and the sprouts eat half that. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't you need these to get, like, yeah, oh yeah, they help with primers, and I absolutely want that. I absolutely must have improved primer output. Like, this recipe can suck it. This 0.7 can suck it. The last time I played Pi Alien Life... What is this? Like, that's usually completely covered. What? Anyway. Last time I played Pi Alien Life, this was the only recipe that existed for primers. So if you can imagine, completing Pi Alien Life with this as the only recipe, that's how painful it was. Now we have access to a guaranteed output, which I will absolutely take, and then we have access... And then we have access to a Simic Blood version that gives us 3, and that is going to be the recipe that I use. Absolutely, that will be the long-term one. Now, the reason why this 0.7 was so painful in particular, it was the Petri dishes, the incubated Petri dishes. That's what made it so painful. The scale was gigantic. All right. Yeah, and good luck on 80 Zogna. Just saying. Good luck with that. Just good luck with that. I know I'm gonna have to do that, but it's gonna be very painful. All right, don't you have an upgrade? Not yet though. Ugh. When the incubator gets its upgrade, I am absolutely taking the productivity bonus. Yeah, the seaweed on it is huge. Seaweed gets huge on primers. So going back, MOSFETs. How many solids are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. 10 solids. Well, at least I'm taking more requester stops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double check. Yes, 8, 9, and 10. Yes, so simple for seaweed and moss, and yet you need hundreds of thousands. Millions of units. What? Whoops. I'm absolutely going to need to grab more rail. I think. I don't usually carry enough rail. Alright, all of that needs to be made. Yeah, that would explain a lot. It's always difficult to know exactly how much rail is getting used because the single rail segments are really tiny compared to the curved segments. Like, this curved segment is still 1 unit of rail, right? Like, it's okay, it is multiple. Thank goodness they at least did that, but it's like a single segment in my mind is like it can be hard to tell at times, and hard to think about, well, how much rail is in a segment this long. I can never visualize exactly how many units of rail it is. It always seems like these segments are bigger than what is actually represented by them. Well, that's step 1. How many fluids? I need 1, 2, 2? 2 fluid inputs. Okay. Grab that. And we need, of course, the supply station. I have no idea which direction it's going to come in from. Supply. MOSFETs. Excuse me. Supply MOSFETs. There. Depot for MOSFETs. Ta-da! Oh boy. I am absolutely going to be sharing a lot of belt here. So green silicon carbide into silicon carbide is just a 1 building conversion. And then for some reason, need 8. Of these Mark II pressure pumps. For 150 vacuum per second. Wow. Right, because we're making nice eye. We need some nice eye. And this has 3 solids. Great. Okay. All of these are brought in by train. That is to make sure I have space for power poles. Don't see why not. Those can get together. Ah, right. cobalt extract. Ahem. This is one of the pain points. Ah, boy. So I guess this one will have to be the shared nickel silicon. And what I usually like to do here is have a box just in case. Just in case. That box. That box could be critical. Just like in several locations where I am making syngas. In several locations where I'm making syngas, not this one yet. Not up here, but right here. I have had to add a tank. Because I have had my syngas stop moving. Because of too much tar in the system. Despite having an underflow valve. This underflow valve is supposed to only allow fresh tar into the loop when there's less than 80% in the loop. But the volumes that we're working with here, I guess, and the spiky nature of output of this makes it so that it can hit 100% full. It just, there's a point in which it will hit 100% on all of it, because there's not enough of a empty buffer space. 80% is not, or that 20% empty space is not enough of an empty space for the amounts we're dealing with inside the loop. So, adding a tank solves that issue in its entirety. It leaves enough volume of fluid spared, because 20% of the volume of a tank is a lot more than 20% of the volume of the pipe segments. It just needs that bit more volume to keep the cycles moving. And it's possible that would be the case here with the solids. It's just you need to be able to buffer some amount of volume. And that just leads into two of these doohickeys to make MOSFETs. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So I have to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 solids in, along with the pipes, along with an output. So we're dealing with 9 solids per building here. With an entire belt dedicated to output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No matter what, we're going to have to deal with 3 belts on one side if we want to have a line of factories like this. Now, I guess since this is here, it'll be that. How are we going to do this logistics? Well, we can do it like that, and then we can do it like that. And that, as they say, is that. Not difficult at all to get the ingredients in and the products out. Just as long as we are sharing belts on all of this. So, who goes where? And who gets what? Well, I think this is the only place that needs the extract, silicon, and nickel. Yeah, and this is the only thing that needs the green 6. So you get green SiC, R green SiC at MOSFETs. There we go. One item down. Next up, we need to share silicon and nickel. Our nickel at MOSFETs. Okay, where does silicon live? Here. And it's going in here. Okay. That must be a really small volume per stack. 100, okay. Sure. Well, you've got your silicon carbide. Right. And then I need the cobalt extract. From you. Our cobalt extract at MOSFETs. Come on down the line. And that will be the NICI taken care of. And then from there, it does not matter. Really doesn't matter from here. Okay. Our plastic at MOSFETs. Our REO at MOSFETs. Copy you. There we go. There we go. That is that belt logistics. Now to get the remaining 4 solids in here. So we've got our aluminum plates at MOSFETs. Aluminium. We've got which one? HN silicon. At MOSFETs. RLN silicon at MOSFETs. RLP silicon at MOSFETs. Alright, this one is heavy N. It doesn't really matter, as I said, which is which, but we'll keep it consistent. This one is light N. And this one is light P. So there's all our silicons coming in from here. Of course the thingies are on the wrong side. We need the pulp 1. And sulfuric. Alright, bring me aluminum pulp 1. And bring me sulfuric. Head on down here. This is pulp 1. This is sulfuric. And that, as they say, is that. Oh boy. Oh boy. And in a train station potentially this busy, I should be adding these extra signals here. They don't help all the time, but they do help some of the time. Basically, anytime we have a train that's in here that's going like all the way up to the top, if the next train in needs to come somewhere lower, it will just go. It will just go once the line past the signal is clear. But if the next one that comes in needs to go further down, then it waits. So that should be MOSFETs being produced. Now we can load them onto trains. One tile up, buddy. And that is pretty much that. What is the stack size on these guys? I don't know. We'll see. 100. I'm making 1 per second. So yeah, store a stack at a time of these glorious things. Ta da. Okay. One last thing is to assign MOSFETs here. D MOSFETs save. And that is this factory complete. I can't believe it. We did the thing. Look at how small this factory is compared to the size of its... compared to the size of its train station. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I scaled my power too. I have a little bit more power. I added another set of 4 to the power. It's yeah. 4, not 5. 4. 320 additional steam engines. Remember that my power is going to get overhauled when I have circuit 2s and the ability to build Mark II combustion turbines. It is at that point that I will transition to actual Pyanodon power. Okay, don't need those again for a little while. Now we can move towards the things that I need for what? Ingredient I didn't write it. Oh. I'll need to fix that. We'll restock and we'll go and fix that. I'm going to need 3 things. 3 entire things before I can build the train station to get optical fibers. I'm going to need Kevlar, silver, and iron niobium alloy on the train network. Yes, logistics is far more of an issue at scale than it is than the actual factory infrastructure. That's why I don't have as big of a problem having things like Bob's modules usually, and making the best use of modules that I can to reduce the actual factory infrastructure, because it's the logistics that's the thing that takes the most time, and usually the most entities. The greatest of costs. It's like you can't really dodge logistics all that much. Yeah, I mean it sort of helps with fewer buildings, but like when you're building out a factory like this with all these train stations, it's like the train stations, you can't just not have the train stations be the size that they are, even if you have fewer buildings, right? For the actual factory. Like, so what if this was half the size? I still need this size of a train station for it. Like, I still need a train station this big for my circuit 1s, even if I needed half the buildings for it, or fewer. And even with module shenanigans, the throughputs become part of the issue, and then you need even more logistics. for fewer buildings, as an Ollie decides he wants to join me on the desk next to me. Pretty boy, pretty kitty. Pretty big kitty next to me. Okay. Let's fix that little thing that I saw missing inserter here. Yeah, because that's not giving me the throughput that I need. We need to do silver Kevlar and iron niobium alloy. Now, the iron niobium alloy, I'm going to need to get smelters on me, and I'm going to need nothing else, I think. Yeah, don't think I need anything else. Let's look at optical fiber. So I decided to go with 3, because I need like what 2.6, but regardless, I need to scale it. I will be needing even more for later stuff anyway. Like, we're going to need infinity optical fiber going forward. It's going to be one of the most complex things that I need a ton of belts worth of optical fiber, and unfortunately there's no way of improving the output to this through alternative recipes. There's not really a way through better recipes to improve this. It is it one of the few things that is a productivity process? I think it is. Yeah, this is one of the few things where the fiber and many of the prior steps to it can be productive. Not all of them. Not all of them. Like, the glassworks isn't productive, but a lot of the other ones along the chain can have that. So it does get like the stacking productivity benefits. But that's it. And then you have all of the drawbacks if all you have is vanilla modules as well. So then you have more buildings and have to have like beacons to try to offset some of the speed penalties and such. But yes, that's just the way that it is. So for now, 3 optical fiber. It will need plenty of plastic and iron niobium coating. I need an entire alloy, one whole alloy. Kevlar coating needs Kevlar, and copper coating, well, Kevlar we're about to get. The copper coating needs cladded cores with organic solvent, and copper plates will need to make that organic solvent. The cladded cores needs cladding and glass cores and aramid. I'll need more aramid. Like, that's not... I don't have enough aramid for all the processes that use it in Circuit 1 production. Glass cores from molten glass. Silver. There's our silver. So there's our silver. There's our iron niobium and our Kevlar. The 3 things that I don't have provided on the network right now. Let's fix these and start work on that. Okay, you're good now. So, the Kevlar infrastructure is basically already done. I forgot where I have it. What was the build? Nylon? No, it was aramid. Aramid. Yeah, aramid was planned for the half Kevlar as well. This is only half Kevlar. How much would I need for you? 1. Well, I could scale a few steps. What changes here? an extra compressor on liquid nitrogen, which means more nitrogen, but otherwise fine. I'll leave it as is for now, and I'll work on that between videos. Like, or between streams, I need more aramid regardless. We'll start with the easiest here, which is actually probably silver, if I can find my lead. Because I never remember where I have these buildings. These processes here. There it is. Let's go this way. So, since I've already done lead dust into molten lead processing, and since I scaled it, I needed to scale it between streams. I have gone and done so. Did I even? Oh, right. I need this here. Right. I have to come here anyway because I need to fix this. This whole half isn't even working right now because it doesn't have the hot air provided to it. But whatever. Meh. It's the same infrastructure to get silver. It is the exact same thing. It's just lead dust into silver rather than into molten lead, and this is the very basic silver recipe that we have access to for now. We don't get an upgraded silver recipe for quite some time. Because, yeah, I mean, there's that lead solution, but the next one isn't really until, yeah, like high grade, basically. It's the next tech level that we have to wait on. But it is a massive improvement going the next tech level. There is at least that, and it's identical infrastructure for the lead. It's just picking high-grade silver instead of high-grade lead. So it improves both processes if you're willing to duplicate just a little bit. Now, I have 2 of these, because, oh yeah, you need... Baba? What the heck did I just do? I hit a button combo that shifted my hotkeys. And I always forget what the combo is. There we go. Yeah, and I increased the amount that I'm mining here. It uses way more acetylene. So I need to keep in mind that yeah, I'm gonna need more acetylene. I'm gonna need a lot more than that. I need a bit. I need a bit of acetylene. I'm not using all of that ore, though. I want to actually let's look at the actual ore outputs here. 30, 60, 75. So 750 is what I would end up needing if I was actually using everything here. Still, though, that is in fact that. This belt doesn't need to exist. Come on down, silver. Ta-da. So 0.4 each, 0.8 total. Yes, 0.8 silver is a whole lot of silver, huh? That's a heck of a lot of silver, isn't it? Don't you just love the glorious amounts of silver that we end up with in this process? When it's our only process that exists? The absolute only one? Silver. Silver. There we go. Supply, depot, full cargo, circuit condition, auto, magic. And silver. Save. Ta-da! Limit you to 1 stack each. A stack is 500. That will take a while. That's 1,000 seconds to fill that train. More than. It's 0.8. Oh gosh. Yeah. Good thing I'll only have one thing eating silver. Ta-da. So, that was a new thing. Get in my locomotive, thanks. And head over to iron niobium alloy. Or head on over to the place where I'll do the iron niobium alloy, aka the alloy factory. So where I'm making duralumin right now, my intent is that this is going to be the location where I will bring in a whole bunch of molten metal and such, and make an amount of any alloy across the board of just alloys. Duralumin is an alloy, one of the first that exists that you have to make. There's also the next thing that we're making, the iron niobium, but there's also things like, you know, tin chromium and a whole bunch of other things. I mean, I think I would include titanium tetrachloride in with this mix. It's just alloys and other catalysts that end up getting used in various processes here. So I'm going to need 2 more stations on here. 1 to bring in molten iron and 1 to bring in niobium complex. But we've reached the halfway point for today's stream, meaning that it is time to take just a couple of minutes for a break. I will be back shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. Let us get the iron niobium alloy going. So I'm going to need molten iron, our molten iron at alloys, and our molten, not molten, but neo complex at alloys. Just, yeah, everything is 1L. All of these have 1L here. If I even put the at. Okay, let's get iron. Iron hides. Where is iron? Iron is here. Ugh, I hate the molten iron icon and where it lives. The niobium one lives elsewhere. Here. There we go. Okay. Let's get the... Oh, I need to go and get my smelters. Oh, noes. I need to go and get my smelters. Mall. To the mall we go. Restock. Restock time. Let's get my smelters. I should not be carrying any yellow inserters. I'm pretty sure I got rid of that request. What else? Stone, go away. In fact, you know what? Stone should be an auto trash now. Just getting rid of some of this stuff out of my inventory that I know that I don't need. Like, I know that I don't need 20 jaw crushers. I should keep 20 pressure pumps just because I want to keep an equal number of pressure pumps as DDCs for any time I need nitrogen. That's the basics there. Even though the Mark IIs are, I could use two, or I could use one Mark II pressure pump to feed two DDCs for nitrogen. I'm not going to be using Mark I DDCs for all of time. And when the mark levels are equal, usually, yeah, they should stay the same crafting speed as each other, so they stay 1-to-1. Anyway, let's see here. Just bring me these. These are the main things. Thank you. Get back. Get back. Get back over here. You'll be D and B, F, E. We'll just say that. Iron. Niobium alloy. Yes, 2 L's. Here, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Okay? There we go. There we go. Come on, hurry it up, get up here. Thank you. It's a shame I have to delete all those. Because I'm not going to use them. Not in this area. Okay, you. Yeah, because we have access to tin chromium alloy as well, but not the molten recipe for it. This area is for molten only. Yeah, molten only here, ideally. Anytime I need an alloy but don't have its molten recipe, I will usually make it local to where I need the alloy. This area is the centralized production facility for alloys. That bottom one is the complex, and the top one is the other thing. How very specific of me. That's the fuel. Glorious benzene is my fuel. That's the one on the left is the iron. Excuse me? Okay. And the one on the right is my complex. So iron and complex. Reach, dang you, reach! How was I one short on both of those? Alright, give me another supply station. Ta-da. SNBFE. Ta-da! You do need sand castings. I'm gonna need to scale my sand castings. And then output up to that. 3.75 each. Yeah, that's a bit more than I need. And there we go. Iron niobium alloy. All done. Now, do I have the spare niobium complex for this? Absolutely not. So, yeah, as much as I did between streams, I still need to scale niobium / complex, and I still need to scale aramid, and so on and so forth, and the stuff that makes the aramid, and yeah, just things, lots and lots and lots and lots of things need to happen and need to be scaled by quite a bit. Alright, give me this. These stack. How much? 200. That's fine. Fine by me. You there. MBFE. SD. Full cargo. Circuit condition. Automagic. Assign. There we go. Ta-da! That is now done. This will be a very large train station in the end, I'm pretty sure. Full of lots of molten metals. Next up. Kevlar at aramid. This one's another fairly simple one. It's get down a supply station and build like one chem plant. I mean, really two chem plants, but whatever. Yeah, because oh boy, I would need to scale this infrastructure again. Circuit twos are really one of those things where it's like you build the infrastructure to build a certain amount of throughput of the circuit twos, but it's highly unlikely that you'll have the actual production to support that until you have circuit twos and can make Mark II buildings for it. So it's just one of those things. It becomes a lot easier to build at the scale that you want for the circuit twos after you have the circuit twos. Right, you Kevlar. So you need the nylon and PPD as well as 2 fluids. Oh god. Nylon, PPD, and an output. Oh boy. Okay. Oh right, I don't actually have PPD. We have to do more than I anticipated for just the Kevlar. I thought it was just put down the one thing, but no! No, I lied. We'll put that out of the way. So I actually do need to make the PPD here, which needs ammonia, nitrobenzene, and chlorine. Great job, me. Great job, me, for completely forgetting that I need all of that infrastructure. Why did I want to do this here again? Because of the terephthalloyl chloride. That was the main reason. I don't have these buildings. The thingies. I'm gonna need to stock up on stuffs and things. I need FB reactors. I need gasifiers. Where are you? There you are. Ball mills. I mean, yeah, it's just like 1 or 2 of each of these steps for these buildings, but... And these are processes that I've done before. Why do I need titanium tetrachloride? I don't need that. I've done that. As well as the coal dust, right? Like, why is there coal dust here? I don't think that's part of this. Coal dust was for the titanium tetrachloride, which I've done here. So really, it's just a organic solvent plus ammonia. Infrastructure for like it's nitrobenzene. So I have a thing I can copy already for nitrobenzene from my iron. Hello, welcome to the stream here. I'm just in need of the Kevlar, and then I can build up the factory for optical fiber. So let's stock up, get my bearings here on this. really. But I still need the solvent. Did I have... Oh. There's no ammonia here already. Interesting. Yeah, so you are like a urea as well. I didn't even break down the urea. Huh. Okay. I wonder what past me was thinking with this. So I need to blend a couple of builds here. I have to be doing propene properly somewhere else. Yep, we're still going. There was a spot where did I last need propene? I could have sworn I needed it. Ah, I needed it for you, for rayon. That's likely what I'm thinking about. Yeah. Rayon over here. So you should have a proper build for propene that I can copy. And you do. You absolutely do have a proper propene build I can copy from. Which leads into the acetone as well. Yeah. So I'll need that over at the air. Oh god, that's so... Oh boy, that's encroaching a bit. Nothing I can really do about that, huh? And then at... Where was it? Where was it again? Oh gosh, memories, stuff, things. What was I needing to copy? The blah. The blah. Yes, the blah. I wanted the nitrobenzene. The nitrobenzene from the thingy here. So I wanted you as well. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So I guess my scaling is going to be hard, difficult. Scaling will be a little bit difficult. Gosh, I may as well import the freaking manure from over here. So I'll need this building. I've got these requested already. Otherwise, that's it. I think that's it. It's building on the PPD and then the actual Kevlar production. Gosh dang, it's like easier to just go here. Alright, I should have my stuff. We'll just go here at the Guar. The thing with the Guar is that the Guar is not going to like increase the number of train stops that I need at any point. The Guar I might not need to even scale it for, well, I know I won't need to scale it for quite some time. And I've got plenty of room to scale it. What's my current scaling on Zogna? Likely insufficient. That's another thing I wanted to note down was Zogna. How much I have on that. Where did I build that again? You. Stations. Zogna. Here. Okay. Well, the tanks are full, at least. So there's that. We've got 7 incubators worth, whatever that amount is, on Zogna. 25. We have 25 Zogna. Yeah, I'm just gonna like request this manure here. Like, why wouldn't I? It looks like I didn't even build the train station here with that in mind either. So it's like, okay. Okay, buddy. I mean, it's not like you needed to have another input. Get back to you. Right, I'm also going to need the chromite sand. And copper. Easier from here? I guess so. Yep, I'm going to need to scale it among all the things between streams. Yet another one of those things I would have just liked to scale with Mark II stuff. What was it? Manure at Kevlar. R chromite sand at Kevlar. R copper plates at Kevlar. Gee, I hope that's it. I need one of these. Yes, it means scaling all of the things. Gotta scale all the things all the time. I could tighten this up a bit. I really could. Oh yeah, lead. Do I have lead? Nope. So yeah, it's like I need to get that recipe down, as well as this building producing the acetone. Stuff, things. Oh, I would like to get circuit 2s and scale what I can that uses the circuit 2s, and then get neuroprocessors and get those upgraded buildings. Are led at Kevlar. See, I had a feeling Kevlar was going to take a little bit longer. Lead, go. Really do not like doing it this way. This is really not scalable. Now, is it? You come over here. You come over here. Like there. At least try. Have some semblance. Just try to have some semblance of being able to scale here. Oh, and after all that, putting these like this, I need them to be merged. Manure goes here. Lead plates have a bit of a journey. There they go. You need a fuel, solid fuel. You weren't copied. You need bitumen, which fortunately I have. I'm already doing those processes. Here I am complaining about space, and yet I'm repeating processes. I mean, it doesn't matter. I need more space than this would provide me. There's no fitting this in here. Alright, there's that for steam. Connect this to power. Let's not forget about the tank. Oh. That's better. Alright, that will make propene once I get the steam connected. Alright, there's what should be the steam for the propene. The propene needs to make its way here. Okay. There's the propene. And that should be it for you. Just gotta get power brought down. Okay, you've got all of that. This needs to come up to here as well. Okay. Of course. Oh, and you need sulfuric acid. Do I have sulfuric acid? Yes, I do. Thank goodness. That I have. That I fortunately do have already as part of this build. So thank goodness for that. Let's bring this over from wherever I have it. It went, yeah, it went directly into the aramid, so we can just bring that over. Pretty simple. Whoops. Would help if I could draw my lines straight. Yes, this also will come over from over there, or from over here. The terephthalate chloride, I need that stuff as well. You're gonna be this line. Sure, why not? There's the fluid for you, one of the fluids. Now the ammonia gets preferentially put back in here. For nitrobenzene. So we need an underflow valve. I need a tank. To keep it going, and then more ammonia from you. Benzene. Do I have benzene? Probably not. No. Copy that. Our benzene at Kevlar. Like, at this point, I may as well have just done a separate factory for the Kevlar, right? Da-da. Sure feels like it. And Zogna. Can't forget the Zogna. Mustn't forget the Zogna. Whoopsies. Okay, that's the benzene. What? Oh. You know, it would help if the belt was in the right direction. And another station. And another station. And another station. I think this is the last station I need. Zogna, whenever that decides it wants to show up. It may take a while. Yes. Zogna, whenever you feel like appearing, that would be great for you to show up. Alright, and then the nitrobenzene goes where? Here. Almost a straight shot down. Ah, that's where that ammonia goes. As well. Oh. That's better, actually. Because I'm also realizing, oh hey, we've got a slight problem on that stuff right there. Glorious chlorine. I need to get chlorine brought over. I'm making chlorine all the way down here. So there's that. And if I was smart, yes, I put the voiding behind a valve. Alright, come on down. All the way here. And yes, as I mentioned, I will clean this up and scale it between streams. But that is PPD, which pretty much just directly goes into the building here. Just add Kevlar. Or, just add Kevlar. Just add nylon. Glorious nylon! Wherever I have the nylon. Oh boy, where's my nylon? Nylon? Have I not brought... I don't bring... I don't bring nylon here. Okay. I don't bring nylon here. Why would I bring nylon here? Break all this. Okay then. Another requester station. our nylon at Kevlar. And that is the last thing I need for Kevlar. This Kevlar is really going places. Go the correct direction, belt. And then a supply station. A decent supply station. Come on. Grab you. Called S. Kevlar. D. Kevlar. Locoist of locomotive. Right. There it is. There it is. The first of the Kevlar has arrived. SD, full cargo, circuit condition, automatic. You. Something's busted. Ah, would help if that were going in the correct direction. There's some Kevlar. Glorious and beautiful. Whew. Okay. Kevlar is done. Is completely done. Can stop a bullet. Depends on how many layers of the stuff you've got. Okay, restock. Please God, restock. How is that silver doing at lead? If I can ever remember where my lead lives here. Okay, there's actually a train with silver in it. Thank goodness. Because now we can work on getting optical fiber. It's time. The time has arrived for optical fiber. The next major ingredient. Remember what we just did with nitrobenzene and organic solvent? We need to do that whole thing again. Oh yeah, we need to do that whole thing again. You know what I'll do is I'll build it from scratch for this, and then have that be like a nicer build for getting into the like organic solvent and such, and nitrobenzene, like a solvent benzene setup, and I'll delete what we just did and paste the new thing back there between videos. But I am going to need infrastructure here. I'm going to need a glassworks building. Oh boy. I'm going to need FB reactors, which I have. Gosh, do I actually have this infrastructure now? I think I have this infrastructure. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Let's do summary. 8 of those, 3 of those, 1 of those, 3 of those, 4 of those, 1 of those, 2 of those, and 1 of those. All right, I should have that once I get my one glassworks building. We'll need to figure out. I'll let them bring me some more rails too, and more belts. As we figure out where in the world I'm going to do this, where I'm going to need to have how many inputs here? 1, 2, wait, why do I have 9.8 bitumen? Because of the syngas? The tar? Yeah. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 17, 16. Oh boy, that air is throwing me off. As is the steam. Just because for whatever reason. This steam... Oh, so now you've chosen to work? Okay. Now you've chosen to work. So we need 16 stations here, of which there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fluids. 6 fluids. Now 6 times 4 is more than 20. Where's my thingy here? So request another stack of tanks. Gosh, that's so much stuff. But we'll be able to get it done. Just need a place for the station to live. The really big station to live. I'm thinking here. That should work. You know what? Just the whole thing. Goodbye. Same with you. Like, whole thing. Goodbye. Need to be very careful with this ore eraser button. Okay, should have all the things. Let's go traveling. I'm not going to need the doped silicons here, so I don't need to have this be a straight line. Okay. Progression, huh? Quite a bit of progression today. So we've got the MOSFETs done, and we got all the prereqs for optical fiber. Now we just need to get the optical fiber. It'll be one heck of a mission, but a mission that we can complete, fortunately. Pardon me, thanks, I really should redo this blueprint with all those pylons. All those wonderful electric poles. The biggest of electric poles. Give me these now. I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need a lot of them. Now we'll do as we've done recently, which is put down all of the stations in the train station, but we're not going to request anything until after building the infrastructure. So for you, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 solids. Whoops. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to do something sneaky and grab that right there. Yeah, and then we'll do the fluid inputs from here. Far easier to do fluids over distance than it is the belts, right? So we've got, what was it, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can just hold my mouse button down on these to get the proper spacing. Isn't it glorious? All this wonderful rail getting used. I'd rather it be used than left unused. Okay. Whoops, that was not right. That was not correct. That is correct. Yes, place all of those wonderful train stations that have the same name. I wish it didn't have to alert me with that audio alert every single time a station gets renamed, a requester station gets renamed. I wish I could just turn that off in Train Supply Manager. It's like, I understand that you're changing the name. I want you to. You don't need to give me an audio alert that you've done this thing. I really don't need that audio alert. Such wonderful graphics here. Okay. With all of that, Oh my goodness. That says 13 requests. Oh, because these are blocked. Yeah, so it says 13. It's really 3 more than that, so 16. Yep, that's right. That is correct. Well, let's build this infrastructure now, which will need nitrobenzene and it will need organic solvent. This is going to produce more organic solvent than it needs, so I'll need to like overflow dump it, sinkhole it. Where do I even start? Well, start from the beginning. Do I need the hydrogen anywhere? Does not look like it. Start from the beginning. As always, best place to start is from the beginning. Standard single oxygen production. Right there. Then the refinery that will take in bitumen and produce tar. This is all going to be built in a way that is scalable vertically, like this. Quote unquote infinitely scalable, at least until I hit rails up there. Okay. Okay. I don't see a solid fuel here. Hey, do you have a solid fuel? Yes, I do. Right here. I'm gonna... Oh, you have a bunch. Okay. But why are you only... What? That's been happening sometimes. I'm very confused by this, but there's something going on with mini loaders. Sometimes they don't output both lanes. It's like an inconsistent thing with my nanobot placement, I believe. It's very inconsistent. But sometimes they'll just output on one lane and just forget about the other as if they didn't have all of the invisible inserters placed correctly. Because that's what mini loaders are. They're just invisible, really fast inserters inside of them. That gives it that behavior. Makes it look like they're loaders. They're not real loaders. So, yeah, the thing I was thinking about was, oh hey, there's ash. Now, I can convert ash into flue gas that I can then get rid of. The problem with that is that it needs a gas plant, a gas refinery in order to process. And I'm not carrying around any of those right now. Yeah, and the recipe is just pressured air plus ash equals flue gas. But that is a way of getting rid of it without needing a solid fuel at all. It just is it's another big building. It's another big building. da 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 ba da. Just in case I need more. You with your tar. Underflow input. There's that. I need to output the ash. Like so. And the ash needs to be voided. And this needs to have a solid fuel. So we could either get rid of the ash this way by providing a solid fuel from somewhere, like all the way over here. Which I'm going to do because I'm here. That was nearly my death. Oh boy. Good thing I reacted in time. Oh gosh. That would not be pleasant. Trying to get back here. That was very close, yes. Give me pressure pump. Yeah, now it's just add bitumen and we've got it on this part. So this is, or at least should be, a pretty standard build for my syngas. Really should be standard. Guess I'll do that just to make it a little bit easier to scale it. But that syngas won't get used immediately, and it gets used a couple of times. Okay, next up I want the steam. This also uses bitumen. And it produces steam. Very simple. Just separate from some of the other stuff. Doesn't need that much space, but I'll keep it there just because it is like separate from, like, blueprint wise. Now, if I was going to have a blueprint making the propene, yeah, that all gets copied, but I could just have individual thingies being like, oh, hey, it's syngas plus the propene part of it. And you load in lead plates. You make water that needs to be voided. And again, I should do this in a way that is scalable if I need another building at any point. If I need more than 10 propene, like I do here. Cough, cough. That is so much better. Okay. That will be the propene. From there... I need the acetone. So it's only one pressured air, right? Is necessary for this. So that can live there. Like a water input, basically. And the acetone output is there. The propene input is there. Oh right, I forgot the propene input. I can just do this way. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh. It's a straight line. I can move you in a tile. 2 tiles, really. So I will. This is a shared belt of copper and chromite sand. Just add inserters. And that's that. Now, all of this is scalable and is able to, excuse me, go that way. Oh, that fast. That underground belt was the wrong direction. Good thing I caught that. And that leads directly into this. Oh, I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah, this does produce enough ammonia. If I was trying to be more, like, overall resource efficient, I would bring in manure and Zogna for urea for the ammonia that I need, and only make enough organic solvent for the 10 here rather than 15.1, but it's not going to matter. Okay, well, that's a straight shot for you, so that doesn't matter. What matters is this syngas. And there you go. Ta-da. Enjoy. And as I mentioned, I need to make sure that I have an overflow vent sinkhole on this organic solvent, because I will produce a little bit more than I need. Just a bit more than I need. Which gets me to the next thing in line, which will logically just be the nitrobenzene production. You take 3 fluids as inputs. And produce a fluid as output. Just like so. I only need 1 of these buildings for now. The sulfuric acid and the benzene are just going to be brought in from externally. And that, as they say, is that for you. And this is the build that will replace the majority of the mess. The majority of this mess. Pretty much. Because, yeah, I really don't actually need any of this. It's like, what would I rather spend more of? Lead? Lead and bitumen, or manure and zogna? Which is more expensive? Well, the answer is that zogna is likely the most expensive thing there, so if you don't have to spend manure and zogna in particular for the ammonia... Oh, God, I didn't actually get that placed. Okay. So we're not making the Kevlar at the rate at which I was thinking we were going to be making the Kevlar. Which means we're effectively already doing this and not actually spending any of this anyway. Great. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Oh, I see. No, I am wrong. Because it's connected. It's connected down here. Not up here, and it's not supposed to be connected up here. Okay. We're good. We're good. Okay, the nitrobenzene here gets used for this specific build in only 1 location. And yes, just bear with this looking a little weird. I know I can go straight across there, but I want to be able to easily copy this and not have to worry about that little bit in between. Okay, that makes a solid... Now, in my previous playthrough, I had a, like, blueprint for optical fiber, but I don't think I want to use that at all. Particularly because it was bot-based. I don't want to do a bot-based thing. That will be that. That brings in niobium complex as well as glass to make cladding, of all things. It's like, okay. What next? Well, from here, it doesn't really matter much. I'll need glass cores. They're gonna get fed benzene. So I have to make sure with the benzene. In fact, the benzene might be fed from there. And the hot air. Any other fluid input? Yeah, the bitumen. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of fluids here already taken into account. Yeah, there's another fluid right there. Oh boy. Oh, and silver. Silver! Yes, let's input silver and output these glass cores. Oh, silver and sulfur. Right, silver and sulfur as solid inputs. Yeah, 3 fluids, 2 solids, just to get glass cores. Ah, boy. And then this is a 1-to-1 ratio, so I'll keep this building here. No. No, nope, nope. It's not quite 1-to-1. Is not quite. It is not a true 1-to-1. I may only need 1 of these buildings, but it's not a true, like, I need 2 of this and 2 of this and 2 of this. These are all 1-to-1 ratio to each other. But this one's 0.9 and this one's 0.7, so it's not real. All right, cores and cladding and aramid. Cores, cladding, aramid. Making cladded cores. The cladded cores will become copper coating. They will merge up. That is where the organic solvent is going to be. Okay, inserters, insert, and output. Alright, this is not a true 1-to-1 going into the next step again. They'll meet up with Kevlar. And from here on out, it is true 1-to-1 on these remaining buildings. So they just need to be 1 tile away and doing something along these lines. All right, just to have the thing there. So I guess I don't need to run an. I have an even number. Okay. That one is these. They get the Kevlar coating and the iron niobium alloy. That's this input line. And then it's the same exact thing, logistics-wise, but actually making the Kevlar, the optical fibers. Ta-da! So after all of that, logistics! Time for logistics. This is gonna take a little while. I have like 5 minutes before the normal end of the stream. I'm gonna finish this logistics so we can be done with optical fiber before the day. I wanna see optical fiber. And we're gonna start here with bitumen. Just because that's the first thing in the line. Yeah, this belt is gonna come in the other way. Alright. Our bitumen at optical fiber. I'm gonna just copy all of that. Come on, reach! Reach, dang you! Show me bitumen. Ta-da! Alright, that's bitumen. Next up, we're going to go ingredient by ingredient, left to right on here. So, bitumen being that first one, we don't need any other ingredients up until you need lead. Lead, copper, chromite. Those are the next ingredients here. Don't think I need any of that shenaniganery. Alright. R, lead, add optical fiber. R, copper, add optical fiber. R, chromite, sand, add optical fiber. Alright, lead, copper, and chromite sand. There we go. And there you go. Lead, copper, and chromite. Lead, copper, and chromite sand. I think we just got our batch of bitumen? 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 Really? Bitumen is busy? That's uncommon. Oh, bitumen is empty. It would appear as if I need more than 600 bitumen per second. A bit more than 600 per second is required at the moment. That is going to aramid, not even down to here. Oh boy. Well, just gotta keep moving. Just gotta keep moving. Why no syngas? Because bitumen. No steam because no bitumen. No propene because no bitumen. No. Okay. Next, benzene and sulfuric acid. That is the next pairing. So this one's sulfuric acid right here, which is awkwardly placed in the middle of things. Let's move it well off to the side. Okay. Things go. Hey, go there. And I know what the next one. I know what the next one's going to be too. So this one is the R sulfuric acid at optical fiber, and then the next one is our benzene at optical fiber. So you are the sulfuric acid, and you are the benzene. Just gotta get the benzene line brought down. The benzene line is this line right here. And we have the hot air line. That is the next one. I think our hot air at optical fiber. And hot air comes in here. That is for you. And this one is living right next to the benzene line, so up. Up, up, up we go. Okay, and you are niobium complex. Sort of forgot about that one. Whoops. Our niobium complex at optical fiber. Ooh, that one might not be ready. We shall see. It lives in here. Niobium complex. Oh, good. There is a train load. What's the last fluid? Glass. Molten glass. Funny how we need glass and molten glass in the same area. It means I could have just made glass here rather than bring in glass, because we'll have brought in the ingredients to make glass anyway. Since I need the benzene, the hot air, and the molten glass. But, you know, stuff, things. Where are you? Molten glass. Go. Gib molten. The molten glass line is this one. Oof. That's a bit oofy. Well, that's all the fluids. All of the fluids are taken care of now. Just all the solids, and it's like 4 minutes past my normal stream time. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. That we shall. Okay, next solid input is glass. Okay. Glass be next. Our glass at optical fiber. Bring me glass. Okay, glass must be busy. Then I need silver and sulfur. And I need them in this line. Okay, remember this guy. It's gonna just be flipped on over. Okay. Our sulfur. Our silver. Silver. Sulfur. Silver. Next up, we have what? What do we have? Next up, we have aramid. Our aramid at optical fiber, you are living here somewhere. Not there? Here? Yeah. Arab. Oh, right. It's in Rot Wars. I always forget that. Okay, when I have aramid, it will come. You need copper, and you need Kevlar. Tempted to share that belt, but no. Copper and Kevlar. Copper and Kevlar. I will need more belt. Ah, taba. Ahem. My train station is now dangerous. Our copper. What? What? Oh. Oh! Excuse me. You can be something else. I already have copper. It needs to be filtered, but I do already have copper. Okay, so there's copper. I need the iron niobium alloy and plastic. Iron niobium alloy, plastic, and Kevlar. Yep. Okay, well, that leaves me with... Whoops. Drawing all these lines. Okay, who goes where? So you are the Kevlar on this line. This line is the iron niobium alloy. Okay. So this is now our Kevlar. This one's RNBFE. And this one is our plastic. Okay. Kevlar. Iron niobium. And in fact, plastic. I do need more belt so I can load the train with the optical fiber. Now, fortunately enough, I'm carrying an extra 1,000 in my train. In my personal cargo. Okay. And assuming I've made no mistakes, which is a pretty major assumption, dangerous assumption, we should be good. We should be good from here. Well, that one's going. This one's on its way. Those are all here. Those are here. All the fluids have arrived by this point. What are you waiting on? What? I said all of the fluids have arrived. Ah. That would explain a lot, actually. There we go. Now the molten glass is actually connected. See? Made a mistake. I had made a mistake. Molten glass wasn't connected, so it wasn't making the glass cores. Alright, why do you not move? Are you not move? Oh yeah, the flue gas. Again, another mistake. The flue gas wasn't being... Ha, you predict that in the next 5 episodes I will be run over by a train at least once. Yeah, it's ever-increasing odds. I've already been hit by a train at least once, though. Like, that's already happened. In my mall, actually. I have been hit by a train. That has happened, I think. I don't know if I, like, reloaded or anything on that, but I could have sworn... What's the button? P kills all. Am I on this list? I am not on this list, so that means that I have reloaded anytime I've died. I know it's happened at least once to me already. Alright, well that's moving, that's moving, that's moving, that's moving, and in fact... optical fiber has arrived. Oh my gosh. There it is. Where is it? Hello? Optical fiber. Oh, you live in there. Okay. Oh, I didn't set up D optical fiber yet, did I? No, I did not. Oh boy. D optical fiber. The sad part is that this list does not update immediately. There it is. Oh boy, train. Give me locomotive. These stack to 200 will only have a stack size of 1 on you. Optical fiber. Supply depot. Full cargo and circuit condition. Auto magic. that was definitely a stream. So over the course of the day today, we have obtained optical fiber as well as MOSFETs, and in between time have gotten iron niobium alloy on the network, Kevlar produced and on the network, as well as silver produced and on the network. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show, but if you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushow. But if you're so inclined and able, I will be back on Thursday where we are going to continue our work towards Circuit 2s. We'll see if I actually manage to get the Circuit 2s. It depends on how long it takes to get PCB 2s set up. That it will entirely depend upon PCB 2. It's like PCB-2 or printed. Yeah, it'll entirely depend upon this and like making of the phenolic boards and the bakelite. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. I'll have to do the formaldehyde. I'll probably do that formaldehyde. But yeah. Anyway, I will see you all on the next one.